This is a review of Finviz.com, Finviz, Finviz Financial Visuals or Financial Visualizations, a name you just can't forget, Finviz. And I'm going to take you through the platform and what I think of it and why I use it for US stocks and ETFs and other forms of research. I think what's most important, by the way, about this tutorial is I'm currently on the Elite plan. That is their paid plan offering, highest tier. And you're going to notice that everything I do on the site is going to be a little faster than what you're doing if you're on the free plan. And it is especially going to also have different data than you if you're on the free plan, because the Elite plan flows through live data, removes all ads, unlocks all features, and by extension just gives you the best platform performance and experience. So just know that's what I'm demoing here and giving a walkthrough of. Now, the first thing you'll see when you head to Finviz is their dashboard. Now, I've been in this industry for a long time, and I can remember Finviz when I was still in school back in 2010. And this dashboard has stayed consistent, data dense, powerful, and just sharing insights about markets very quickly. One visit, you can see just about everything going on in the stock market. Now, what's important about this dashboard is you've got this quick news brief up here at the top, which is going to tell you exactly what's happening. What's also awesome about this news brief is that you can pair it with the charts here, the Dow, NASDAQ, S&P, Russell 2000. Now, clearly something's going on. It looks like Broadcom has sparked some sort of sell-off. There's AI stocks are falling. I think I saw Oracle was down as well. Yep, AI winner like Oracle. And I can just now very quickly, probably the fastest way of any website, pair that with these four charts here to see exactly what's going on and how bad the sell-off is. So I love that, and it's probably why I visit daily, is just to get a quick glimpse. NASDAQ minus 1.74%, Broadcom sell-off, now I know. Now, if I scroll down a little bit more here, what's really fantastic is you're going to see this box here on the left and this box here on the right. Now, these two boxes are showing you two very similar things, but different in their direction. Off to the left, you're generally going to see here a lot of green, 96% up, 60% up, 54% up, top gainers, new highs, overbought, unusual volume. And that's what this box is representing, like what's moving upward. The opposite is true here on the right. You're going to see a lot of very big down moves, minus 81%, minus 78%, minus 75%, just enormous drops here. And as you can see, it says top losers, new lows, oversold. So every time you come to Finviz, you get your news, your market summary, and some of the biggest moves happening. Keep your eyes on this page, by the way, because you have your market heat map, and you're going to see quite a bit more, including insider trading and some news articles. Now, what I'm going to do next, though, is just remind you that anything on the Finviz dashboard that you see in this blue here is clickable. So I can go right into the top gainers list for the day. I can also sort this by, daily or other intervals as I need, and update this box however I see fit. Now, I'm going to go ahead and click top gainers, because what I want to do right now is actually take you into one of the great features, which is the screener. Now, I click top gainers and you can see signal top gainers snapshot. Now, look at this. I can scroll down and I am getting a list served to me of all the top gainers in the market right now with these charts, with this critical stock market information, with recent news headlines, and even something to tell me about what the company is doing and if there's any recent insider trading. So if you're looking for top gainers, top losers, volume signs, anything of the sort, you're just not going to find a better, faster, more convenient way to do that in the stock market than this right here. As an example, maybe I'm looking for something with a ton of volume, unusual volume. Well, I'm just going to go ahead here and just click unusual volume. I'm now in the unusual volume signal here. If I click this drop down, I can also change that from here as well. These, as you can see, are all available to you whenever you click this drop down. So actually, it looks like the drop down's not appearing on the video, but that's fine, because I'm just going to switch this quickly to a top gainer, and let's do just top gainers in general. You can see it switched, chart switched, top gainers. Yeah, I can go to the screener at any point in time and create my own custom screen as well. So you've got this dual way of creating just a phenomenal screen across all US stocks. You've got presets and the ability to make your own. And keep in mind, when I say presets too, you'll see it says My Presets here. You can save and load your presets as you get started. This is why you want to make sure you have an account. This is why you want to make sure you have Elite so you can start saving things as you get started on Finviz as well. So one of the quick things I'm going to do is just change the market cap in this screen to medium. That means the company must have a market cap from 2 billion to 10 billion. I'm going to make sure that the exchange here is on the NASDAQ or NYSE. I don't want any other exchange, just the two main ones. I'm going to click fundamentals and I'm going to do current ratio. I'm going to do over 3. I'll also even do over 4. And these are quick ratios and metrics for you to create your screen if you believe in fundamentals. And well, you might be asking, why is that important? Well, the reason why that's important is like the current ratio, for example, just tells me how quickly a company can cover its debts or obligations. Over 4 could be considered that they have 4 times as many assets and ways to cover their obligations and debts, on their balance sheet or just based off of their financial situation than they do in actual debt and obligation. So I always like that because I don't want to get trapped into a company that has a ton of debt. Now, as you can see here, I've got EV. I've got EV in sales, enterprise value in sales. And if you hover your mouse over any of these, you get these wonderful pop-ups that tell you exactly what it is you're doing. So if you don't know what the quick ratio is, go ahead, hover your mouse over it, read about the calculation. Don't know what the current ratio is? Hover your mouse over it, read about it right here and learn about it, then apply it. So EV sales is great because it's enterprise value, not just price to sales. I want to make sure debt is being factored into everything. Now, I want an EV to sales ratio under 2. I'm kind of looking for something that has a little bit of a valuation play. Lots of assets and coverage of its debt, as well as something that's not totally, being bid up like crazy. Now, just off of that quick scan here, I've got 13 names. I'm going to tell you what's so interesting about this video that I find hilarious. GameStop appears on this list right here, GameStop. Now, I just want to show you some quick features here about Finviz that I love, which is that as you get your screen set up, you must, and I mean you just have to do this, click through each of these tabs. And this is like a habit for me. I am so addicted to this. It is so freaking cool. Well, what am I doing exactly? I am clicking through these different ways to look at all of the symbols that have appeared in my screen, and I can pick the format that's best for me. So I've got this stats box, as you can see. I can even compare them versus the S&P 500 and see all these different metrics. I can do maps to view them as a world famous heat map. Snapshot is my personal favorite, which you just saw because you get charts, you get a little bit of everything. Really a neat way to visualize exactly what you're looking for in your screen. Performance, though, is also really handy because you can just quickly see, okay, performance by week, performance by month, performance by quarter. I mean, this table is just so crisp and clean. I click sort by year to date. Now I can see which one of these companies is doing the best year to date to see where the strength is, or where the weakness is. And actually, you can't quite see it, but GameStop is actually down here at the bottom. Interesting. Did pop up to me in this video, though, I must say. So that is the screener and the different ways you can get started. And then, of course, you can save your screens as needed. So here's my screen. Let's just call this quick no debt screen. I mean, it's not exact metric no debt, but click save. And now you can see here, quick no debt screen is saved perfectly up here at the top left. And I've got it. I can access it now anytime I want whenever I come to this screener tool. Now I'm going to go ahead and click into GameStop because I think this part now is so important. You're drilling down into Finviz deeper and deeper. This is what a stock page looks like on Finviz. And before you get really captivated by the charts, you just have to remember this. Don't ever forget this tip if you're going to start using Finviz. Always, and I mean always, scroll down and keep scrolling down. I promise you, you want to keep scrolling down. The reason why you want to keep scrolling down is because you're going to get this wonderful insider trading list. Who's selling and who's buying? Red means selling, green means buying. In addition to that, you're probably going to get the cleanest, most crisp, absolute best fundamentals table out there, on the open web today. You can see I'm getting this right from FactSet, but there's also Reuters. If I click Reuters here, you'll see it change. Yep. I'm going to use FactSet. FactSet is sort of like the standard. Income statement, balance sheet, cash flow. Now, this is just such a neat way to see all of these important data points. And once again, this is just on a very basic monitor that you're visualizing this. It's not fancy. You can do this if you have a laptop or just a desktop computer. And I would encourage you to make sure that you go through and study these for any company that you're following, because are they, for example, growing annual? And you can even toggle that year over year growth in a percentage terms. Choice is yours. You can also do quarterly if you prefer to just look quarter over quarter. I'm going to state it annual, and I'm just going to look at the raw numbers here, no percentage changes. And one more quick point here is that these trend bars are really wonderful because they tell you the trend at first glance without having to go through, say, what a company is earning in revenue, in 19, 20, 2022. You can essentially just go total revenue, look at the trend bars. Well, that is interesting for GameStop since 2018 has been trending down, and it's down 32% year to date. So, that downward trend in revenue corresponds actually with that general stock malaise there. And this is just the quick insights you can gather from Finviz. It's just truly just can't beat. Don't forget also to look at some of the people who own the most of it, whether it's managers or funds like ETFs. And as you go up to the top now, I want to just take you here. You're going to see analyst upgrades and downgrades. Then you've got this great chart. And this chart is pretty cool. You can use the drawing tools to draw on it. And when you click that, you activate drawing capabilities. See here, just if I want to draw a brush here, I can. And this is all on the same page with all of the features and tools I love. So you can go back and forth between news, fundamentals, year over year growth, back to the chart. And it's sort of just this way to match up your charting interests with the financial aspect. All of these drawing tools are available to you. I believe this is Elite only, but here's how they look. If you wanted to draw an arrow to point to a moment, you could just like that. And you can save this chart as well. So if I click save, I'm going to click save. I just saved it. Now, here's the next important point at Finviz is you can compare. You can look at short interest, financials, options, latest filings, add it to your portfolio, set an alert. Pretty amazing thing about Finviz is that it is actually sorry, you didn't see that. Let me make sure I show that again. Compare, short interest, financials, options, latest filings. So you can click any of these tabs up here to get rolling. And back to the alert feature, the most interesting thing about Finviz is it's unlimited alerts. So if you buy Elite, you have unlimited alerts. That's probably the takeaway from this video right now is unlimited alerts. I don't know anyone else who offers unlimited alerts for stocks, ETFs, funds. Get sent to your email, get updates, news, ratings, insiders, price movements. I just don't know where that exists. It doesn't exist. So literally unlimited alerts. This is the options chain, by the way. Now I want to speed this video up a little bit, not take up all your time. So now that you understand this process, let me make sure that I get you to the maps. Well, this is the charts page. Let me get you the maps page. The maps page is absolutely famous. I've been seeing these maps around my whole career. I see them on X. I see them on social. I see them on TV shows. I see them in YouTube videos. If you're wondering where people are getting these maps, this is where they're getting them from. And you can just quickly create a map of really any of the major indexes out there in the world today, or topics like ETFs, crypto futures. And I think what's really helpful is this drop down allows you to go deeper. If you have Elite, you can create a 1 minute chart or a 1 minute map, see what's moving over the last minute. You can't really see my screen too well, but you actually have fundamentals here as well. So you could actually look at the S&P 500 by its price to sales ratio. And they're red because it implies the price to sales ratio is really high by historical standards. This is such a cool visual if you're a fundamental nerd like myself, and you can just see like where's the high price to sales ratios, where are the low price to sales ratios. Walmart, Costco, looks like healthcare is a little low as well, energy low, but look at tech. I mean, is it getting a little overheated here? I mean, it's hard not to sort this map by price to sales ratio and not think that. And so these maps are, like I said, world famous, and you just have to get started with them. You're going to have so much fun once you get to these maps and start hovering your mouse over each section. And you can see these drop downs as well here: technology, software application, like where all these stocks are located. And like I said, if you're not into the S&P 500, maybe you want to see the Russell 2000, This is 2,000 stocks on this map. I mean, sorted by price to sales ratio. So much fun. I'll do PE ratio. How's that? Or if you want, I'll just do let's do year to date performance. So now this is 2,000 stocks from the Russell 2000 on this incredible map, all lit up by how they're performing year to date. So small cap tech is not doing that great. Look at the red here. And that's interesting. Financials. I'll tell you what's so surprising. I just would have never guessed it. Small cap healthcare and biotech is just lighting it up. This says 173%. Wow. And just so you know, you can double click any name on it, opened up in a new tab, but you can double click any name on this map to open up its stock page. Now, I'm already 15 minutes in and there's still so much more to explore, but I hope that this is giving you a great breakdown because groups is a fun way to quickly check on how certain groups in the market are doing. Say you happen to be someone who thinks that, the future of the market is energy. Well, you can change this group to energy, which I just did, and you can track this group as such right here. Bookmark the page, this group, anytime you want it. And similar to the screener, you've got these different tabs you can click to get specific data points about that group. Oil and gas as a group, year to date is up 15%. And you can click through this to get exactly the data point you need from a group level, which is very high level, very Wall Street-esque, very research-esque, because you can compare now individual stocks to certain groups. Oil and gas drilling group has a PE ratio of 40. Maybe you find out that an oil and gas company you're watching has a PE ratio of 15 and it's growing. Well, you may have just found something in that group that's being missed by everyone just by very quickly doing an analysis like this. You can also see them as charts. We've got this spectrum tool, so you can see all the different groups and their performance. Fun feature to get to know. Okay, portfolio, I just want to show you really quick. This is Finviz portfolio. I had Apple. It's added here. I click add trade. You can build an entire portfolio and track your portfolio right here. And what you can see here is I'm just going to actually add a few names because how can I not? I was going to go through this quickly, but it's actually too good to not show you. And so let me make sure I just show you all of them. Let's do XYZ as well. Let's add trades. Let's say a 5,000 and I paid $1. These are just examples. And trade, let's just do today's price, 1,000 shares, save, Google. Let's do today's price. I paid for 500 shares. And Microsoft, let's just say I bought 800 shares at $22.44. So I just built a portfolio that quickly, but look at the breakdown, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this table. If you're tracking trades and want to add trades, this is the tool you need. Get here, enter your trades, shares, average cost, total cost, price. You're going to see your total gain. Then most importantly, the aggregates at the bottom. How's your portfolio doing? How are your trades doing? Your visualization here. And the best part is a news feed that is entirely built on all of the symbols that you added to your portfolio. So freaking cool. And of course, you can edit it very quickly as needed. You can recalculate it to a 100K portfolio for quick analysis, create a new portfolio. You can also set alerts. Again, unlimited alerts on your portfolio doesn't exist. Only on Finviz are you really going to find something like this. And then there are other customizations as well. Reorder your tickers, compact mode, and more. So if you're interested in building out a portfolio and you can just keep adding trades. So maybe now I short sold, or let's just do, I don't know, let's just do buy another 55 at now 1,000. How does that change everything? Now I'm done 51 grand on this trade in XYZ. So you can keep adding trades to this specific symbol. And you can imagine if you spend time on this, this is going to be your home base for your best data and research. Truly, just incredible opportunity here. Now there's the insider feed, which again, I've spoken about a few times, insider trading. But when you come here, make sure you click managers and funds, because what you're going to get to do is see which funds are buying what, the Fidelities, the T. Rowe's, the Vanguards. Or if you go to managers, right? Goldman Sachs, look at Citadel with Ken Griffin. How many puts do they have? how many calls, and this is like the true market maker industry now. What is Citadel Advisors up to? Well, I can click in here, Ken Griffin, Citadel Advisors, and look at this. I'm going to get this information to what's going on there. Now, remember, Citadel Advisors, market maker, Citadel Advisors. I don't know what's what. You have to do your research to figure out what part of that company you're looking at. But pretty cool to get this level of data into all of these funds, what they're holding, their quarterly changes, their top buys, their top sells. In fact, look at the dollar volume just on a QQQ put. And then look at the dollar volume on a SPY put as a sell. So like they're constructing just flat out enormous, absolutely enormous trades. Futures, going to show you futures, Forex, crypto, then the calendar for economic, earnings, and dividends. Now I have to say this is the end of the video. I took you through the basics of Finviz. I hope this helps a ton. I just want to end on saying there's even more I could have shown you, but I'm 21 minutes in. I don't want to do much more than that because I don't want to bore you, and I just want you to get here and try this all. And again, I just don't know if you're going to find a better value than this for everything that you get. And I'm curious to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching.